make fire, cook meat, then put out fire by peeing no get invited back.
Welcome back, brothers, to the X-Men Tool Shed. I'm talking to Generation X here, to men in their 30s, 40s and 50s, men who know what I've been talking about. This is our 4th or 5th video now, and you can understand the depravity of what comes to our mind. Demons are real. People understand that. People believe that, some people, but they don't understand how they're being tricked. And sex is a big thing that tricks us all the time. We've taken, our generation, have taken the sexuality of society. Things that we've seen in pornography, men and women and how they relate and the things they do to each other, whether they be oral sex, whether they be anal sex, whether they be, stringing yourself up on a chandelier, who knows, I don't know. But I'm just saying all those practices that Yahusha considers idolatry. It's not proper use, and it's not what he designed our bodies for. You sticking your tongue up somebody's asshole, that's not what it's for. It's not what he wants. Why do you think there's so much disease and sickness in the world today? It's disrespectful to want to put, it's disrespectful for you to expect your wife to put her mouth on your erect penis. It's disrespectful for her to expect you to stick your tongue in places that it's not supposed to go, in her vagina. It's not respectful. It's not love. It's the lust of the flesh. It's the lust of the world. And if you really want to know, it's complete idolatry, particularly, anything to do with anal sex. That's sodomy. And that's a big list on the things that Yahusha calls an abomination. Idolatry, abomination. He hates it. Whether you're married and whether it's between a man and a wife, husband and wife, it's still idolatry. He hates sodomy. He hates that. So can you see how this filters into our marriage, into our marriage beds, and it makes us behave a certain way? And then when you've done shameful things like that, what's there to say to each other? What's there to say? You go back to your normal lifestyle and we don't talk about it until this ravaging beast comes over you again and you want to rip your clothes off and be some bloody porn star to your wife, and she might want to be a porn star to you. She might want to make all the right noises and do all this stuff that she might have seen in places as well. And it's not love, it's lust. Lust of the flesh, the pride of life, the pleasure from the eyes, This is what real idolatry is. This is what really knowing what the commandments are, because the second commandment is don't bow down to idols. Have no others in my face. Have no others what? Have no others mighty one. Have no others Elohim. Have no others lifestyle, passions, desires, anything but me. He doesn't even want you to have your wife or your husband above him. The way you express your love to your wife, men, is how you express your love to him. And how have we been faring so far with our wives? Are we loving our wives? Or are we really just wanting them to open their legs and shut their mouths? I said it. Have you been guilty of that? Completely hideous, demonic, disrespectful thinking? Just shut your mouth and open your legs when I want it. Isn't that a hideous thing to think? That's a demon. That's a demon telling you to behave a certain way to your wife. That's not how Yahusha feels about her. He loves her. He wants to lift her up. Many of you will be offended by a lot of things that I'm saying. And that's my hope here, to reveal demons so that you know, oh, I'm not alone. He's experiencing that. He's talking about it. It must be real. Demons are real. Demons are real. You shouldn't be sucking on each other's genitals. That's not scriptural. It's not healthy. It's not even hygienic. It's lust. And it's actually a hangover from pornography. Because as somebody who's studied pornography for 30 odd years, I'm well adept at it, and I can tell you the start, the middle and the end of most of the videos and all the different, it's like a dance routine, all the different angles and movements they do and how they do this, and then they get on their knees, and then they get on their back, and then they get upside down, and then they do this, and then they do that, and then it's all the same within reason. It's all the same in every single video. You can watch them on fast forward half the time. It's boring. The only time it's not boring is when your passions are ignited by demons and you want to be in on it because you think it's you. You think it's you there with the shaved, clean ball sack. You think it's you there with the big member, manhood. You think it's you. You actually think it's you because demons are there. You think it's you getting sucked on. You think it's you pleasuring somebody till they're screaming the neighbourhood down. You think it's you. Tell me I'm wrong, brothers. Tell me you've never experienced that delusion of madness. That's what demons do late at night, want you to be possessed by madness and to treat your body completely disrespectfully to how Yahusha wants you to behave. And then what will you do? You'll expect that from your wife. You'll encourage your wife into that behaviour. And she'll either just flat out say, forget it, or if she's a fiery character with some spirit in her, and if she really loves you, she might go along with it as well. But it's not healthy, and it doesn't make you warm towards each other. It doesn't make you closer, because it's actually lust. And when the lust isn't there, when the demons aren't there, heightening it and passioning it, you're looking at each other going, it's like, who is this person? What did we just do? You know, we're completely different people now when you take away the passion and the lust. What do we talk about? And that's where you've got to be a hypocrite, a fake. Then you have to go back to your usual day where you are honouring Yahusha no matter what, except in that area. And your wife knows what you're really like, just like you know what she's really like behind closed doors, underneath the sheets. You know what she's really, she knows what you're really like too, and see how this is going on. She can bring you undone, so you've got to treat her a certain way, to demand respect, to demand power as the priest in your home. She knows what you're really like in that filthy little bed of yours, in that bedroom of mosquitoes. She knows what you're like. She can bring you undone if she wanted to, so you have to treat her a certain way. See how Satan gets a foothold in? It's not actually about the sex. It's not actually about the pornography or the masturbation or the idolatry of it. It's actually about you hating your wife. It's about you treating her a certain way, which is not the love of Yahusha. And that's where they get you, brothers. By just simple passions and desires. Things that... See, demons aren't ugly creatures. They're described as ugly, locust-looking things in Revelation, but they're not ugly creatures. They come to you. The devil comes alluring. The devil comes smooth and sultry and seductive and wooing you. That's how the devil approaches us, brothers. So we think, oh, what harm can it cause? I'm not out there sleeping with prostitutes. I'm not out there cheating on my wife with other women. I barely even talk to other women. Well, I do. I do women's hair for a living. But if I'm not flirting with them, I'm not out there doing it. I'm not harming anybody. But you don't realise that the secret sexual sins that you're doing inside yourself, after the fact, whether it be by yourself or whether you include her into it later on, you don't realise that it's actually forming a warped, unclean, defiled relationship between the two of you. And then when issues come up, situations come up, calamities or troubles come up, you then start going at each other with such violent hatred. And that's the demon's hope. Because if they can get you at each other with violent hatred, they might be able to split up this marriage. Because who brought you together? Yahusha did. So, once again, this video is all about idolatry. Again, it's kind of about not breaking wedlock, but as Yahusha said, not breaking wedlock's kind of easy. One person might break it on you. That happened to me. She left. But not breaking wedlock is kind of an easy commandment to do. You just don't leave. But what is it you're doing while you stay? Not leaving is easy. Doing the right thing by staying and doing the right thing after you stay is what Yahushua wants to address. So that you don't just end up being one of those couples. We've been married for 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Yeah, you sleep in separate bedrooms. You barely have a life together. Everything's separate. You can't stand each other. You've got men's groups and women's groups and this and that. The only reason I'm having a men's video series here is because I want to talk to the men of my generation, because they're supposed to be called as priests to our nations. And you're going to be a useless priest if you're holding all these sins under your tent, Achan. Remember Achan? Joshua lost a whole battle and lots of Israelites were slaughtered because Achan stole some idolatry, stole some idols, put them under his tent. And Yahushua revealed it, just like he's revealing in you the things that he hates. You got to burn up the sin. That's what he's doing in his bride right now, burning up the sin. Yahushua is our Elohim. He hates idolatry. So when I say do the 10 Commandments, I'm bringing it into the real 21st century context. Loving Yahusha and loving your neighbor, loving your wife. You can't love your wife if you're not loving Yahusha properly, and vice versa. The way you love your wife is the way you're loving Yahusha and the people around you. If you love me, obey my words, he says. So see how by handing you a bookmark with the 10 Commandments on it, kind of useless. But I want to talk to you men about what the commandments actually mean. I am Yahuah your Elohim, who brought you out of Egypt. Have no other before my face. Have no other passions, desires, loves, adoration before my face. Don't bring in all that filth and smut and depravity into your marriage. And if you're not married, don't bring it in. Don't bring it into your life. You're supposed to be a living vessel, a temple of his love. You can't be expressing love if you're secretly hiding all this filth inside you, can you? But, brothers, if you are single, that'll be our next video, how to find a wife. Love you.
Gotta live in Torah. Ready? Gotta live in Torah zone. Plagues are all around us. Plagues are all around us. Yes, they are leaving us alone. Yes, he is, but he will soon be overthrown. Hallelujah. We are saved in Goshen. We are saved, safe inside the Torah zone. Yes. We behave the Torah daily in our sphere, exercising belief, more days good than bad, but we all draw closer, overcoming sins, tightly wrapped in covenant, Torah sets us free. Yes, gotta live in Torah, Torah, Torah. Gotta live in Torah zone. Plagues are all around us, around us, around us. They are leaving us alone. Satan's coming at us, at us, at us. He will soon be overthrown. Yes, we are safe in Goshen, Goshen, Goshen. Safe inside the Torah zone. In the zone, in the zone. Safe inside the Torah zone, in the zone. Yahusha inside us, setting us apart. We have journeyed this far, siblings must be found. Yes, people need to know there's comfort in the storm. The only peace they'll feel is deep in Torah. I need to live